Hello, happy thinkers. It's Melissa here, and I am the creator of Me First and Rock Your Vibe. So welcome to my channel. I am shooting a different view, and I apologize for being late. My computer was not working, and I finally got it up and running. So anyways, we are going to talk about the importance of sleep to your health and well-being. Today, it's going to be episode number 66 of Wednesday Thought Form, or also known as WTF. But if we could just go over a few things. Again, I am the creator of Think Me First and RockYourVibe.com. So you can find me at thinkmefirst.com. That's my blog. I'm also on Facebook. We have a Facebook group. It's an international group of happy thinkers, and it's called Think Me First. And then you can find me on Pinterest, and I also have this my YouTube channel, which is, if you just go to the search bar and type in Melissa Shim, it'll take you to all my videos, and then you can find me there. And as far as rockyourvibe.com, it's rockyourvibe.com. Just click the link, and it takes you to my storefront. There you can find designs for them. I design high vibration apparel. So there's a lot of good positive vibe messages there that you can wear with this statement. So if you go there, just drop me a line and let me know which one you like best. But otherwise, if you could just give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and then hit the subscribe button below, and then hit the notification bell, and you will be notified every time we do upload a video, which is every Wednesday at 7 p.m.-ish Eastern Standard Time. So without further ado, let's get started again with the importance of sleep to your health and well-being. So I think we've all experienced this. Have you ever just been sitting on the couch and, it's about 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening, and you're just like, oh, I'm so tired, but I have this to do and that to do. Should I go ahead and knock out one more thing before I go to bed? I could probably stay up and burn the midnight oil because I can sleep in this weekend, right? But then what happens? You're staying up all night, weekend comes, and guess what? You're still not getting any sleep, right? So, and that's kind of what we're going to go over today, is just to know the benefits of sleep, and then also why we should get as much sleep as we should. So, getting good sleep quality, excuse me, it's an essential role to our well-being and our physical health. I mean, our overall mental and physical health both. It has many benefits, from being able to make sound decisions, to losing weight, to being more aware of your surroundings. And, when you're more aware of your surroundings, it also provides a safer environment for you because you are alert. So I first want to start with the importance of sleep for our college kids or young adults or high school students, because it's very important. I think a lot of people overlook this age group because they're all pretty active or not active, right? So they're like one extreme or the other. But it's very important that these kids, I call them kids, that this group of people get their sleep, because they're in an important part of their life. They say the brain doesn't fully develop until they're 25. So, this is very important for them to learn and get into the good habits of sleep. But for the high school student, the young adult, or the college kid, they have to focus in school and stuff like that. And if they're not getting the appropriate sleep, that's what's going to happen. I can only say that because I've been to high school and I've been to college. And when I was in high school, I did everything. I did every club. I played every sport. When I was in college, I did the same thing. I went to college full time. I was in paramedic school for full time. And I worked part time because I was paying for my college. And then I still played 3 college sports while I was in college at the same time. So, I was invincible. And I ran on 5-hour sleep, sometimes 2-hour sleeps, or maybe just a couple of power naps through the day. And I was able to do it then. Was it healthy? Probably not after what I'm about to explain to you, but I did it. And I see a lot of kids doing it today because, I mean, I have 5 teenagers, so I see them, you know, and they're not getting, they need the sleep in order to function well, to make sound decisions, to do well in class, especially if they're in high school or college. But even if they're young adults in a new work environment, you know, you're training for a new job or something, they need the sleep. So they just need to make sure that they have that so that they have the energy levels and the ability to focus. So with that being said, you know, most of these age students, again, we're talking high school, college, and young adults, need 8 to 10 hours. And I know ours are 5. They're lucky to get that. Sometimes they exceed that, which is good, but you know, you want to kind of make sure everything is in cadence. You want the same amount of hours. You don't want to go 5 hours for 3 days and then 10 hours. It's just not healthy. You want to have the same sleep cycle. They say it's very important, maybe not as to when you go to sleep, but every morning when you wake up, it's very important. So then now we're going to move to adults. So we're talking adults anywhere from 25 and older. So, you know, I'm 48, so I fit well in this group or well above. And, you know, I feel like I'm 25 sometimes, so I overdo it. You know, I feel like there's 30 hours in a day and I just run. And it's very, very easy to do, especially if you have families or you work a lot. So it's very easy to do. Nowadays, I want to retire about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, sometimes earlier than that. Just really depends what I'm doing. But, you know, adults as well as our teenagers, we are performing at home and work and sports. You know, we need to have clear minds to make sound decisions for different variations of things that we're doing throughout our life. Being an adult, sometimes we have more responsibility because we have our work, we have our families, and then, you know, we want to make time for ourselves too. So that is, you know, it's hard to balance a lot. But our mood depends on how much sleep we get. And if we are not in a good mood, then that will carry over into how we run our family, possibly work. You know, when you're not in a very good mood, sometimes you may not be the most polite to people too. And, you know, we all have our grumpy moments. It happens. So, you know, so those that are 25 to 64 years old, we typically need 7 to 9 hours of sleep. And those that are 64, 65 and older, they can go on 7 to 8 hours of sleep. You know, their days are maybe a lot less stressful when kids are grown and they're not working, you know, so they don't need as much. But when we all get this amount of sleep that we need, then, you know, our productivity is higher, our stress is down, and it just really balances out the whole day. So you're asking me, oh yeah, Melissa, you're telling me all this stuff. I need to get this much sleep, but how do I do that? I'm going to tell you. So, you know, the answer to this is kind of difficult because, again, everyone's different. And we talk about this with everything that we talk about, whether it's, you know, making decisions or mindsets, or because our environments are different, we are different as people. So again, you just need to find what works for you. My husband, it's funny because he gets jealous of me sometimes because I can fall asleep just like that. I can power nap when I need to, and I can just fall asleep at the drop of a hat. And sometimes it can take him several minutes or hours really to fall asleep. So I used to joke with him that when I was going through my divorce that I would actually sleep with one eye open because I was in an environment that I didn't feel safe. And see, that's why I'm saying that everyone is going to be different because of their different situations. Sorry about that. I got a dog. I guess I shouldn't be shooting outside. But anyways, so everyone has different things that they can relate to and things that work with that for them in order to get the sleep that you need. Again, people are not built alike. Their situations are different. Their time is different. The way they use it, lifestyles are different. There's just too many things. So the biggest thing to remember is not to compare yourself with others when you're trying to figure out, what's best for you, because what is best for your best friend or even your mom or dad is not going to be the best for you. Okay. So just remember that you know yourself better than anyone else. All right. So here's a few things you can do to get started with trying to fall asleep easier. Some people will listen to music. All right. Now, I don't think you want to be listening to this heavy metal or speed metal or anything like that, because that kind of increases your heart rate, gets you pumped up. When I'm talking music, there's been studies that show that classical music is really relaxing for you. It's about 60 to 80 beats per minute. So then you start to unwind, feel relaxed, your heart rate's down. So some people will say listening to classical music like 45 minutes before bedtime helps them sleep better. I can tell you that I just came across a type of music, didn't know it was out there, but it's called, 528 hertz music. And I've heard it before, I just didn't know what it was called. And this is the music that they use in meditation. So you might try listening to that. They're all over YouTube. Again, it's 528 hertz music. And it has, it just has certain tones that resonate with your vibrations. And it just kind of, it's very calming and very relaxing, the tones and the type of music. So you'll hear this a lot in like when people are doing yoga or meditating, or sometimes in therapist offices. But it's very relaxing. So you might try that. Another tactic that you can use is some people will visualize like a place that makes them happy. Is your favorite place a barn? I'm just asking because I find it ironic that some people will count sheep to fall asleep. Just a little joke there. But some people can fall asleep by just imagining that they're in a very nice place. Like I love the ocean. So can often dream of just being on the sand, the sun's beating down on me. And so being in my happy place where it's nice, calm, relaxing, listening to the waves, I can smell the waves, the ocean. It's relaxing, so I can fall asleep easier. So you might try just finding a tranquil place. It could be camping underneath the stars. It could be anything. If you are newly in love, it could just be in the arms of your new partner or something. So again, find what works for you. But some people will use just their happy place. Now, for you oil lovers out there, lavender is supposed to be good for helping you sleep. It smells good, and it's supposed to be very calming. It's supposed to lower your blood pressure, your stress, your anxiety, and sometimes they say it could relieve migraines. So if you like essential oils, then you might try lavender. I know some people will rub it on their baby's feet or whatever for them to go to bed, but lavender is supposed to be a very relaxing scent to the nose. So you might try that. I know there was a study out there by Wesleyan University, and I don't know how many subjects they had, but they had their subjects sniff lavender for 2 minutes straight for 3 10-minute periods right before bed. And the subjects, a majority of the subjects said that they woke up with a very promising morning. It was just they slept well and they felt really refreshed when they got up that morning. So that's just something to think about. And then, so the next thing is, and I know that we all can relate to this one, and that is the blue light exposure. So looking at cell phones and tablets and, computers, anything like that is not very good for you right before bed. I'm going to tell you why. So the blue light it's very harmful for your quality of sleep. The light suppresses what the body makes called melatonin. And you probably have heard of this. And they even make like a vitamin supplement that some people will take before bed to help them. But your body makes melatonin, and that's what helps you sleep. So it's made by the pineal. I'm not very good. Pineal or pineal gland. It's located in your brain, also known as third eye, if that's easier for me to pronounce. But this is what makes the melatonin in the brain, and then this controls your sleep cycles and your wake cycles. But when you're exposing those to the blue light, it really, really is harmful to them, and it makes it hard to sleep. So, I mean, if you can just take a break from those electronics, maybe an hour or two before bed, that would help you out a lot too. So it's just sad that a lot of these electronics are made with the blue light, but it's not very good for the sleep habits. So these are just a few ways a few ideas that I came up with that I can share with you in regards to getting to sleep easier. But one last thing I do want to stress is the importance of sleep for your brain. We all have brains, right? I question sometimes if people use them, but we all have them. And, so sleep is very important for our brains. I know I have a brain fart from time to time, but it could be because of lack of sleep, but a lot of it's just focus. But, have you ever woken up just really sluggish and just not wanting to do anything? But you have these big decisions you got to make at work today, or maybe, you made these decisions, you failed miserably. And now you got to make even more decisions, or you've been forgetful and distracted easily. A lot of that comes down to, your sleep habits or this lack of sleep. So your brain reacts to this because, again, if you're not sleeping, then your brain and your body doesn't have a chance to relax, revive, re-nourish itself. So I'm not a scientist, but I'm kind of going to go into a sleep cycle because we all have them, and they're usually in like 90-minute cycles, and they consist of what we call quiet sleep and then REM sleep. You may remember this from high school science class, but your quiet sleep is the sleep that really helps boost your immunity system. And so this is when your muscles are relaxed, and then your body temperatures kind of drop. You're beginning to breathe slowly and you're just kind of calm and relaxed. And then the REM sleep, this is where it all happens, all the magic. That's when you start enhancing your learning and the memory of, that contributes to your emotional health. So it's very important to your brain. And then here's a tidbit. I don't know if you know this, but sleep is also good for weight loss. Have you heard that before? So I said weight loss. If I would have known this earlier, I'd be sleeping away at time. But no, I mean, sleep does benefit your body for weight loss, but you have to do these two tricks in order for it to happen. And you need to get your recommended hours of sleep, and then you also need to do this consistently. Again, your body needs that consistency of sleep, and again, the recommended doses, or it's not going to help in regards to, losing weight. Maybe that's part of my problem now that I know these two tricks. But anyways, so if you think about this, if you're sleeping, first of all, you're not eating, right? And then if you're sleeping from these, 8 to 10 hours of recommended time to sleep, that's out of 24 hours, that's almost half of your day that you're not consuming calories. Right. And you're not eating all the time. So, I mean, that's a good time for your body. And again, this is when your body recuperates, revives, refreshes itself and renews. So, so when you're doing that, your metabolism is still working while you sleep. Okay. So, that's about it. I just, now we know the importance of sleep to our health and our well-being. We know how much sleep we need now to accomplish that. And we know some of the ways to fall asleep. So hopefully that'll start the creative juices flowing so you can find your own. But they're very important. We can all relate to lack of sleep, too much sleep, because sometimes when you get too much sleep, it's you're tired too. But we can all relate. We just need to support each other and get on this healthy kick of getting the sleep that we all need. It's free. It's easy to do. We just need to make the time and be mindful to ourselves that we need it. And you can do it just about anywhere, in your car, in your office, upstairs in your room, downstairs on the couch, at the dinner table. You can sleep just about anywhere. I used to get made fun of by some of the coaches. My mom would drive a school bus, and so my sister and I would have to go on all these field trips that my mom had, and the coaches would just laugh at me because I could sleep upside down in one of those seats on the bus or whatever. So again, you can sleep anywhere. But anyways, I hope this material was very valuable for you. Again, sleeping is very important to your health and well-being. So make sure that you are mindful to yourself and you take care of yourself. If you like this, again, give me the thumbs up and subscribe. And then, if there's any ideas that you have that you want to hear a WTF video on, please drop them in the comments below and I'll work on that for you. And let me know what you found most beneficial about this video. So anyways, everyone, I love you guys. I want to thank you for joining me. Thank you for your support. And everyone, remember, thank me first. It's not selfish, but it is necessary. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.